your melatonin and serotonin ain't flowing right, you ain't sleeping good. When you stay up all night long, as opposed to going to sleep, you just threw that off. Because naturally your body goes to sleep at night. You can't stop it. You try, you fight it. And you stay up and you drink and you party. And what you doing? You're throwing your whole body's chemistry out of balance. So don't even worry about reaching the 6 shot. Forget about it. Don't worry about the third eye. Don't worry about perception and intuition and knowledge and mental organization. Because you're gonna be flustered. As soon as you sit down and start reading, it's going to like everything is running together, your head gonna hurt, you ain't gonna get nothing done. And that's just for proper rest. You're still talking about knowing thyself, right? I know I don't be getting proper rest. I know I be up late and be up early. I be cheating myself. I be hurting myself.
It depends on how much sleep you require.
Yeah, I guess everybody requires different amounts of sleep. Me, I need a lot.
But also, the gift of the Most High, consciousness of knowing and studying, that there's always a balance to this thing here. And when you don't get enough rest, what you do is get more fluids. You drink more water. You have herbs. So you have to take the whole thing, because the Most High gives you, said, if you can't get rest, then do this. If you can't get here, meditate here. If you can't find a solution, be patient. So there's always the gift, like even in slavery, when they said, we gonna give you fried chicken, nigga, and watermelon. They didn't know that the watermelon and the seeds was healing us. So there's always, when you don't get enough rest, if you drink enough water and take a proper vitamin.
So you're just saying the ebb and flow. Like,
Say it again?
there's a will, there's a way.
Oh,
Ebb
yeah.
and flow. You get. So, but, and I'm not disagreeing with what you say, but you still need to rest. At some point, you gotta shut that. Because if you don't, your body do it for you. You just be walking and then, I ain't saying you're gonna drop dead, but you'll pass out.
You go to sleep,
Your body, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Islam, I believe the scientists have proven that the human body can only go maybe 4 days without sleep, and that the effects on the body are worse, if not similar to drunk driving. If you're driving while, asleep.
Some people can't reach 4 days before they reach that.
Right.
And the reason is this, it's because the diet suffers. So if you don't have what you need in your body, you ain't gonna make it 4 days staying up.
right?
Yeah, that's 4
You
days
gonna
of a
back out
healthy
somewhere.
body.
Whether you walk in, whether you walk in front of a car, or you behind the wheel and you run into another, or run into a wall. Because like I said, so many of us don't know thyself. We don't know ourselves. So we neglect ourselves. Anybody in here got health issues? I do. Y'all addressing it?
Yes.
Now, everybody who didn't raise their hand, how you know?
Because I know myself.
You know yourself. But what I'm saying is, it could be something going on in your body that you might not know about. No?
If you get a signal, if you in tune, go to someone who's more educated in that area.
Well, you could do that. You could go to a doctor. But what Rashad said is correct. You're going to get the signal. Your body's going to say, oh, bro, something ain't right. And at that point, then you get diagnosed one way or the other. And then you get on top of it. But some of us ignore those signs. Excuse me.
Get up in the morning and sneeze all the time. Oh, that's not doing it. It's like, that's not nice.
People, I do see that.
What do
That
you
becomes
eat?
a cancer.
Find out what they're eating, dairy products and stuff. That's,
I had a sister yesterday, one of the sisters from Toronto called me. Let us know one of the brothers got tripped up by the police. She said that he told her that it's pus in cow milk. She didn't believe it.
And feces.
Right? She said, well, how is it pus in cow milk? said, because that's just what's in it. It's pus in the milk. Now the problem is this, you ain't supposed to be drinking it. It's for her calves, not you. We the only animal on this planet that drink milk from another animal. Now think about that. And then she said, well, what's wrong with the formula? It's called formula. That means somebody sat in the lab and put some shit together and gave it to your child. Now, let's forget the babies. Let's forget the 6 months. All right? If I eat something that's not agreeable with my stomach, what's going to happen? I'm going to bring it up. Now, just because you shake a baby, that mean they're going to throw up? Don't shake that baby, he's going to throw up. It ain't the shaking that's making him throw up. His stomach is already going through fits because you put that poison in his stomach and his stomach don't agree with it. And as soon as you move, it's like motion sickness. You can be sitting in the car all you want or sitting on a boat. Once that boat gets thrown like this, it's just like shaking up that baby. What's going to happen? She asked me what's wrong with formula. I said, read the ingredients and then look them up. We're talking about knowing ourselves. This is all the type of stuff that's got to go into play when you're talking about knowing thyself. You got a child, and you gonna feed your child some poison. You ain't even take time to look up what's on the side of that ice cream or similar, whatever else. It's powder. You add water to it, and it becomes milk.
Genocide in it too.
Genocide. This seventh chakra, crown chakra, cosmic, perception, intuition, inspiration. If you can't get past this one, or if you haven't gotten to this one, you're not going to reach that one. You're not going to wonder what's in the cosmos. You're not going to be able to talk. My brother asked me last week, have I ever seen a spirit? Now, I think it was the last time I was here back in May. And y'all thought I was a nut because I stopped talking and I did like this. And I walked all the way around me. Who was here when I did that? Only you? I didn't walk, I thought I walked around. But see, y'all was here, right? Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know who the child was, but I saw him walk back. Call me crazy if you like. I know what I saw. I mean, listen, I started talking and everything. It was like, look, like, James went back there and checked it out. Call me crazy if you want. I don't care. I know who I saw. Well, I don't know who, but I know what I saw. Now my brother asked me the other day, do you see spirit yet? Huh. I've been seeing them for a long time. Listen, my grandmother transitioned in 2001. We talk all the time. Say what you will. Say what you will. Or you can probably say that brother might have been here a long time. And he because in cosmos, that's where they at. They waiting on you. All you gotta do is call them. Everybody always talking about the ancestors, our ancestors, our ancestors. Do you know you can reach each one of them? You know when you have dreams and you be sitting there having a good time with somebody but you ain't never seen them in your life? That's Uncle JoJo. He died in 1610.
Right. That's right.
But forget about that. If you know what I'm saying? You got to open this up. The heart chakra's there, the throat chakra's there because we talking to each other. We communicate. You got to open up the spinal gland. You got to get that third eye open. You got to get all the calcification out of there. You got to get whatever you need, pick it and pluck it out of there. But it don't just come to read books. But reading this, your eyes. I read a book. I know some stuff. Okay. But like mother said, you sleep every morning when you get up. Yeah, every morning you sneezing when you get up. So you need to make some changes. We talking about knowing ourselves. Where is that?
Even with the fifth chakra, you deal with cosmic record. Communication.
Communication. Because, see, now just, I mean, be honest, y'all. How many of y'all talk to ancestors? How many of y'all really get it in? Now, for those of y'all who didn't raise your hand, somebody just be honest, tell me why not. I said, who don't? You do.
Did now.
Huh? You did enough?
Yeah.
Now you
That's the most sincere, honest answer.
do. Now you do. Listen, y'all. I'm telling y'all real talk. She'll tell you. I done talked to a lot. We talk. How we talk? I talk to him right now, just like I'm talking to y'all. And when I close my eyes and I drift off into the ethers, we talk. That's where they at. They in the cosmos. They waiting. They want to talk to you. You listen. You think when y'all watch the movies, right? And dude be like, everybody be holding hands, and he be like, you know what JoJo? He said he ate your chocolate cake. You thought it was, yeah. All right, that's not a joke. That be real. People actually are mediums. You got some people who actually talk while they are awake. Me, I talk when I'm asleep. Sometimes they talk to me while I'm woke, right? They don't say, hey, do this, right? But I might have spoke to them before about something in particular. And I might just be walking down the street and I get that chill and be like, okay, gotcha. Some people want to see this video and they will say, I ain't watching no more hate. It's crazy. But that's because they ain't got that third eye.
How do you open up third eye?
How do you open it? Meditation. The beginning is right now. You sit here and you get information, right? So you can meditate, right? Now, certain sounds will trigger certain things in your body. What kind of music do you listen to?
I listen to all kinds of music.
You listen to
Let's R&B.
You listen to R&B?
Yeah.
Do you listen to old R&B or today's R&B?
Old R&B.
No, well, I mean, I got it, you know, I know it's not R&B, but I got, you know. So you listen to old R&B. You listen to jazz.
Yes.
Have you ever listened to John Coltrane?
Yes.
Have you ever listened to Duke Ellington? Count Basie? You listen to these people? Now, do you listen to classical music?
Yes.
How many people listen to classical music? Be honest. Do you know classical music is yours?
What?
Classical music is yours.
Yoke?
They told you about Beethoven and Mozart and all of these people, right? Do some research on Beethoven and Mozart, right? Classical music is yours. When you listen to classical music, right? You know, they got some tones that you can hear out of the left speaker. They don't play out of the right speaker.
Right.
And they got some that'll play out of the right speaker. They don't play out of the left speaker.
Right.
That's when they did the test on you when you was in school. They put the earmuffs on you, and they say, raise your hand when you hear the sound. That's because some vibrations will play on this side, and they won't play on that side. Right? Now, when you listen to classical music, you get all kinds of vibrations. You get it all, and they just pick it up, both sides. Right? You just hear it. And what you don't realize is you just happen to walk down the street. So check why I know that's what you do. You know why? Because you're now waking up those senses that were asleep. You're now getting that vibration that you didn't get before because all you was listening to was R&B. Now when you listen to R&B, you're listening to some music, you're listening to somebody's words. So the vibration from the music, you probably ain't getting too much of it because you're more so listening to what they're saying. Right? So if you want to get those vibrations, listen to a little bit of different music, classical music. Listen to the sound of water running. When you listen to the sound of water running, that's the most natural sound to your body because your body is almost all water. So when you hear it, the ocean, it'll put you in a tranquil state. It'll allow your brain to relax and it'll allow you to hear other stuff. Now, the more and more you do it, turn the volume down. Right? Because now you can't hear so much. I talk like this, everybody hears. But if you start to rehearse, not rehearse, you start to practice, put these things into effect. So if you want to open that pineal gland, it's just different things you have to do. Eat certain foods, don't eat certain foods. Do certain things, don't do certain things.
You just said one of the key things, you said like 50,000 billion points.
I can't understand.
One of the things, you said a lot of points, but one of the points you had just said was talking about hearing and acknowledging. It's the same thing with taste. It's that expansive from your normal habits of what you think should be tasted a certain way. That's what I learned. And it also sends the same healing transmits to your brain like, this is healing, this is right. And it starts becoming food of the ego. I'm hungry, I want this, to food of nourishment. You don't look for flavor in the food, you look for the benefit of the food.
Now, remember now, just camelback on what he said. I'm about to say piggyback, a lot of nourishment. You said we looking for the nourishment in the food and not the taste in the food, right?
No, you look for the taste in the food, not the nourishment.
So you saying most people look for the taste and not the nourishment.
Correct.
We should be looking for the nourishment.
Correct.
And not the taste.
Correct.
Now, remember earlier when I said keep that water in the basement? And Bree said go to Dr. Rafi and get some of that green formula? And that green formula don't taste good. It's got over 30 different greens, minerals that your body needs. And it's only, drink that much and you good for 2 to 3 hours. Actually, how I know, I do it all the time. I just gave Ron Moore some yesterday. 2 days ago.
Where is it? Where did you?
The green formula?
Yes.
Dr. Rafi.
Where is it?
Yeah, let me write this up. Yeah, he's here every now and then. And I don't feel like pulling that down. Give us some out. I mean, hey, listen, he ain't mad. Y'all ready to write it down? 215-227-0191. 227-0191. 215-227-0191. 0191. That green formula will hold you for 2-3 hours. Easy, I do it. It's a meal. I mean, it's greens, it's the nutrition, it's the new. Now the thing is this. Now this is the funny part. This is the best part, right? You know how you like back in the day you be starving, you go get cheesesteaks and fries, and you eat it all, and you like, I'm full. Your stomach just full. Now, how is it that you get that feeling from that? And you might still be like, damn, I'm still breathing, but I'm still hungry. Now, if you drink that green formula, and then the hunger pains is gone. I'm talking 6 ounces of fluid. I'm talking 6 ounces of fluid. The hunger pain is gone. Why?
I can tell you why. It's because, check this out, you only need a very, 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 very small portion of food to nourish your body. The rest is parasite. On an everyday, most people that don't eat a conscious diet feed 98% of your parasite that want you to continue eating what you eat. 98%. And most of the day, you only eat, if you're not a conscious eater where you eat mostly certain type of food, then you're eating 2% to the nourishing part of your body. So you constantly feeding the parasite. The parasite is constantly. So when he took that little bit of meds and it gave his body nourishment, it's because that's all you really need. The rest is habit, miseducation, and ego.
Now, we're going to answer a couple questions and then we're going to take a quick break. So we can recharge and get back at it and get out of here. Review of self. How many cells are there?
Many.
2. They are one.
I don't know so.
Can you control it or them?
Yes, yeah.
How? You disagree?
Then you control them all.
Why you disagree? Become a part of?
No, it's control. You're either in control, you're out of control.
You gotta learn to balance.
I mean, he's got that right to disagree.
Knowing thyself. That's where knowing thyself come into play. You're able to know your higher self as to its capacity and what it's able to achieve as the higher self, and knowing thyself at its lower level, and able to, I would say, subdue it for the lower self in its negative form.
Now, you've been doing it. You've been doing it. You just didn't realize that that's what you've been doing. Because of some habits that you know you needed to break. Because they was doing you some harm. For those of y'all who really know me, y'all know what my poison was, potato chips. Who said I was a dick?
She said pig feet.
Pig feet.
It's bacon.
If anybody got a picture of me with a pig foot, it's worth millions.
That's when Martin had a Jerry curl, right?
Not a chance. Catch me. Even listen, I would knock you in the head for a smothered pork chop some years ago, but I wasn't eating no pig foot. Not a chance. But anyway.
Absolutely you was.
Anyway, that's what money does. I agree with you, and I disagree with you, that we can control it. And it's simply, like before when I spoke about emotions. We don't think that we can control our emotions, but we can. And if we can control our emotions, we can control these selves, because these selves and everything that's going on, a lot of the times the decisions that we make is based off emotion. It's some form of emotion that made me move, made me do something. Now, it's a full-time job for me to control my lower self, I'll be honest. Because it's difficult for me to watch and see and hear all of the stuff that I watch and see and hear and not do something. And I'm being honest. It's hard. When I seen a video last night, and I only watched about 10 seconds because I couldn't take watching. Woman got out the shop. Now, police was in her house. The hell you putting the cuffs on this lady for when she got on the bathtub? You ain't got enough decency to let her go upstairs and put some drawers on. That angers me. I'm being honest with you. And I feel like something need to happen to me. And I'm being straight up. I don't even know that. Just out of disrespect, but just out of his arrogance, his ego, and his I got my little uniform and badge. Right? I got a mother, man. I got a wife. I got all of y'all women sitting right here that come on with me. I'm supposed to sit back and he just doing his job. Let him put some damn clothes on. If you gotta take it, then I will do it. We'll let her put some clothes on. You gonna cuff this lady and rip her up. In the first place, he ain't got no business touching it. Right? So when you talk about can you control it, you can control it. It's up to you if you're going to control it. It's a decision to make. Is the whole self needed?
Yes.
What?
Leave everything apart of you.
Keep it ground.
Leave
If a soldier
everything.
has no enemy, if a soldier has no enemy, it's a black finish. If a soldier has no foe,
You won't know his strength.
he doesn't know his strength. If a soldier has no foe, he doesn't know his strength. If I ain't got nobody to fight, I don't know if what I've been practicing is really going. So you need to know something. It's definitely needed. Can you kill off the higher self?
No. You can make it dormant if you choose to live in a lower mentality. But it can never be killed. There's a choice to be higher
What
always.
does the lower self breed?
Hate, lust, greed, envy.
Breathe.
True or false? The lower self is true.
Truth.
False.
True or false? The lower self is true. That sounds like drunk. Speak up.
We need
The lower self is true.
there's
True
no
or
such
false?
thing as the lower self. There's no such thing as the lower self.
He who knows the lower self knows the illusions of the world. The higher self breeds hatred, slander, lewdness, murders, theft, everything that harms. You should study your higher self only and ignore the lower self.
False.
Evil gods, devils are a myth.
True.
thought we was great team. I'm asking you. Evil gods, devils are a myth.
Myth.
True.
It's true.
We have to double on each side.
Why is it false?
Who said false?
Right in this physical plane, okay? Killing us every day, okay?
Now, the evil gods and devils that's talking about from chapter 3 are the evil gods and devils that they told you about in those doctrines. Not the evil gods that reside in the human. They're talking about the God with the bread, the tail, and the pitchfork. And the horns of the illusion. That's a myth. It's true. This stuff ain't complicated, yo. Knowing yourself is complicated. It's not easy. It takes work, and it's going to take some dedication. What's going to happen next year? No. How many of y'all knew Sister Fatima?
Say it over again.
How many of y'all knew Sister Fatima, the elder who transitioned last year?
I loved her.
I asked a question over in the library 2 years ago. How many of y'all know yourself? Everybody raised their hands. She looked at me. She said, "Oh, I'm still learning myself." She's much older than me. She transitioned learning herself. So don't think that it's a pinnacle, that you're going to reach some form, some plateau, and be like, "Yo, I'm here." You're just going to attain higher degrees. That's how we operate on degrees. You're going to attain higher degrees. That's your goal. Next. You're going to one day have to learn to love instead of hate. Hate is a hard word. Hate is a hard, strong word. But you're going to have to learn to love instead of hate. It's easier to hate than it is to love. That's why they say you got to learn to love instead of hate, because it's easy to hate. Somebody else's words can make you hate something real fast. But to love something, you got to spend some time with it. You got to be around it. It's got to grow. You don't just love it. That's why it says you got to learn to love instead of hate. When you start to know yourself, and you start to attain these different degrees, you start little bit by little bit.
What about the different paradigms you've been in? I raised your level where you needed to raise it at that paradigm, transition to another one. Carrying out life is infinite, man. So how many times you might have been on this paradigm?
Well, some people might be on their 20th birthday. Some of us might be on the first. You know what I'm saying? So you want it's constantly repetition. You know what I'm saying? Repetition is the mother of learning. You go over it and you go over it and you go over it. And what they say, you keep coming back until you get it right.
Right.
When you get it right, then it's on to the next one.
Number 5 right there. That reminds me of it says in the Quran about Yahshua said in his India teaching. So when the students did in India that Allah did not create for man with heaven or earth.
You say create for or from?
That Allah did not create for man no heaven, no hell.
Physical.
So when they tell us about heaven and hell, that's something they made up.
Yes.
Well, what? Is heaven and hell real?
No, it's a physical heaven and hell that you can't physically go.
We ain't never take a break. Is heaven and hell real?
It's a physical place that you can't go in the physical form.
Condition of mind.
I don't think people realize the power of deception.
What's up, brother? What's up, brother?
Oh, well, you thought you saw my mind thinking?
Yeah. I want to ask you, is heaven and hell real?
Say that again?
Is heaven and hell real?
Is it written?
Is it real?
Real. Heaven is the haven of the mind. Right. So you make your own heaven and hell wherever you are, period. That's why you talk about lower self and higher self. That's how you make your heaven and hell.
No.
If you reduce to your lower self, if you reduce to your lower self activity, then you are making hell for yourself. If you ascend to your higher self, then because it's all up here. I just want to say this though, I have to, because I heard them talking about planes, and you know, my father just passed. And it's the first time I have witnessed someone transitioning. And I want everyone to know that when they call, when they tell you that your parents or elder people have dementia, believe me, they're playing off with the fact that they're in other dimensions. And because we're not into that dimension, or we don't believe it or know it, we agree, give them medicine, do this, do that. But truly, you know, it was an amazing experience because everyone has their journey. And, you know, when you think about it, you say you want to go to heaven and sit next to your God, or whatever that is, because it's really here. But think about it, you're not going to go and sit next to nobody or the throne of no one unless you are clean first. And that's why you're here, to learn temporal lessons to go to your higher self. So, for instance, in my dad's case, he was a builder, a true builder, operative, not speculative, he's an operative. But he had to go up a flight of steps, another flight of steps, and at the end was a door. Now, that's his journey. But being the builder that he is, he had to fix the steps first. So he was asking for hammers and nails, and we had to pretend that he had hammer nails. You understand what I'm saying? So that journey was his. And lastly, when you say love instead of hate, it just tweaked me because I just came out of New York, or at New York, at the class. Can you believe that there was this, you know, people were fighting for gay rights, which is really non-existent. Please don't get it wrong. I'm not against nobody in their preference of who they're intimate with or who they think they are. However, there's no such thing as gay rights. It's truly a diversion to human rights, all right? So can you believe there was a group of people that are, some red, black, and green group of people that actually shut down the theater because the theater was gonna allow a gay group to rent space or have a meeting in the theater? And they were out there. These are our soldiers, our sons, talking about, you know, perpetrating violence instead of love, right? They had to shut the building down, and you know what I mean? And then tell them they can protest, but over here, not in front of the door type thing. We almost did, some people couldn't even get into class at that time because of that. So learning to love instead of hate, and also the fact that people would actually, I can't even begin to understand how they would put their energy into gay rights, which is non-existent, but not human rights, which is for every, I don't get it.
Because it's already a cancer of the mind.
It's a cancer of the mind. Thank you.
I would like to add on to one more thing too. It's very, very powerful now that you mentioned that. It's loss. I don't know how many people experience loss, but I've experienced loss at a very, very, very high degree around me. And I've come to realize that when you speak somebody's name, they're there. Not only the people that you know, but people that you don't know. And when you think about them, they appear. So it's very real. If you said Martin Luther King, Nat Turner, their hair, their spirit engulfs your personality of the moment. If you wanted to be in a positive light, you'll think of somebody who's positive and be like, oh yeah, this person, da 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 da. You start to get the characteristics of the person that you mentioned. That is the spiritual realm connecting to your physical realm while you're alive, while you're awake. The unconscious reach into the conscious and the conscious reach into the unconscious. It's always like this. Is that sometimes we ignore it, but we don't even know it's so. And then it happens even in our very words. We don't even know that we could be thinking we said something, and then we're talking, and then we say, oh yeah, da 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 da. There you go, right? You don't even know that your gesture, that everything you doing is being possessed by the characteristic that you spoke, because you created the spell the moment you let it leave your mouth. You've given it power and consciousness. And you are the true and living. So the moment you acknowledge your true being and your capabilities, it takes flight.
Now,
Can I add?
hold on.
Okay.
Before you do this, I want you to correct something within yourself. You just said you can call on whoever, right? So if you call on them and they appear, then they can't be lost, right?
Right.
So you haven't lost anybody.
Correct. That's what I mean. Right. That's what I mean.
I would say what he's putting out, not only is it the power of the word, because that is the spell, that's why we have to be careful about what we say. And that's why we have to make sure we have the right words on every issue, be it law, whatever it is, because that's what jurisdiction means, right words. But that also is, you know how sometimes people will say, you thought about somebody and then they appeared?
Yes.
Well, I think what you're saying is, no, the person was coming and they thought about you.
Right. Walk with me, Empress.
And you got it.
Hey, listen, y'all, don't be afraid of your family.
Right.
My master teacher, Ibn Dishi Jehuti, told me years ago. He said, everybody that has ever existed in your family, you can contact.
Right.
So it's just like I said earlier. When you have a dream and you think that you don't know this God, you think you don't know this woman, that's Joe. He died in 1610. He just came back to see you. So don't be afraid of it. But all of this, what we're talking about, is talking about knowing thyself. It's not as simple as somebody saying, yeah, know thyself. It's that old African proverb. Yeah, but listen to me. How we get there. We're gonna break about 15, 20 minutes. We're gonna start coming to see you. Islam.